Want to know the secret to building a business that pays you anywhere from 10K all the way up to 30 plus K per month? Well, it all starts with picking the right niche, and not just any niche, but a profitable one. So if you want to learn how to do that, stick around and we'll get into it. So my name's Zakari, I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been building high ticket offers for the past couple years. And yeah, one really important thing that I see a lot of people struggle with, and it often is one of the first steps to when starting your own high ticket coaching business, is picking your niche. Okay, so you've probably heard the term, the riches are in the niches. Now, the reason why you've heard it is because it's true. And if you're targeting everyone, you're targeting no one. And the most important thing is to, when it comes to marketing as well, is that you're speaking to a specific prospect. Okay, it's called ICP, Ideal Client Profile, or Ideal Client Customer Profile. And yeah, this is basically who you're targeting, and you want to make them feel like you're speaking to them. So you may have bought products in the past, you may have seen advertisements, you may have read something online, like a sales page or something along those lines, and you really felt like it was speaking to you. And the reason that is because the person who crafted the sales copy knew who they were speaking to, and they did their research beforehand, and you were in the niche, essentially. Okay, so an important thing is not to pick the wrong niche, because if you do, you will basically be spinning your tires, getting really nowhere, and that's not what you want to do. You want, once you pick the right niche and you have the right messaging to them, it is honestly like, it's just money right there. Okay, so what makes a high ticket niche profitable? Well, it comes down to a few factors, right? So the first one is big pain points. Okay, so there's three main categories that I recommend to everyone to pick as an overarching niche. Now this is health, wealth, and relationships. So these are the three big pain points of every human being. Obviously there's many different sub-niches under each category, but these are the three main things that matter most to people, and that you can find big pain points inside to fix. The second thing with this is make sure they are an affluent audience. And what does that mean? Make sure they have money to spend, right? You don't want to be targeting broke college kids or, people with working at McDonald's. Like, you need to be selling something that someone can afford, right? So solve problems with people who have money. That's the essence of it. And this will tie in later to what I talk about is the social media platforms. Where are these people hanging out? But we'll get into that soon. Now, another important point is the fact that, is this niche or is this problem an evergreen demand? Will this problem keep reappearing, and will you always be able to solve it for people? Now, for the relationships niche, one I like to talk about is like dating for men, for example. Like, I feel like this could be a pain point, or for women, but this is like a pain point that will always be there, right? There's always going to be single men, there's always going to be single women. If you come in as a expert or a dating coach and you have experience to back that up, and you're helping them find their dream partner, this is an evergreen niche. Okay. Now, if you want to go on to, let's say, the health one, losing weight. Everyone, like, who wants to be healthy, wants to get in shape or lose weight, like, there's always going to be people in that niche, and it's an evergreen demand. Now, this is really the kind of niche you want to pick, because you're always going to have customers, you're always going to have demand there, and that's so important to have a business that's going to stand the test of time and not just like a quick flip. Like, you see these drop shipping stores selling stuff from China. Like, it's not, you're riding trends, okay, great, you make a quick buck, but if you want to build a real business that's going to pay you for years to come, then you need to think about an evergreen demand. Okay. Now, the fourth point when it comes to picking your high ticket niche is, what skills do you have? Okay. Now, a lot of you probably won't know it straight away, or won't think about it straight away of what your skills are, because it's not something you really do. So my advice on this would to be, first, look at your achievements, okay? Like, what have you achieved in your life? Like, maybe there's certain things that you've been good at. maybe you won like a swimming competition, maybe you got a scholarship in maths in high school. Just throwing out examples, or I don't know, like you're good at you won a photography contest, something along those lines. Just list out all your achievements, big or small. Everyone matters. Like it doesn't matter like the size of the accomplishment. Just list them all out, okay? And then also, I want you to ask your 5 closest people. Now, this could be your family or friends. Ask them like basically, what do you think I am good at, or like what skills do you see that I have? Because when you can get feedback from people around you, and basically from a perspective other than your own, and you'll notice common trends and things that they've all said. And when they say the same thing, and they all say, oh, well, you're really good at like skincare, or you're really good at, talking, then okay, well, maybe I should start a YouTube channel, or maybe I should learn how to teach people how to do skincare. That's just a couple examples, but you get the point. Like, you list your accomplishments, you ask people around you, you see what your own passion is, right? What you enjoy doing, and you combine all of those, and basically that can be your niche, okay? So just to recap that real quick, we want to pick a niche that has a big pain point, okay? So something that's going to really solve a problem for someone. They have money, number 2. Number 3, there's evergreen demands, always going to be customers, always going to be people who are wanting your service. Number 4, what is your passion? What is your skill set? That's how you really narrow down on what niche it is that you want to cover. Now, that's the first thing. Now, the next thing is actually like, okay, you know what your skills are. You kind of know like, okay, maybe I want to be in the relationships niche. Now, how do you really narrow it down? Well, what you want to do is actually brainstorm actually pain points and problems off that niche. So let's run with the dating coach example. Okay, well, what are the pain points of single men? Well, they feel lonely, they want connection, maybe they, I don't know, just want to get married, want to start a family, just a few examples. But what are the pain points of that sub niche that you can help with, okay? And then check the money, right? So my advice would be targeting executives, CEOs, busy working professionals that have money and basically done the wealth side of things, but now they want to start having relationships, and maybe that's a skill set they haven't worked on, and they've been really good on the business side, on the career side, but it's something that they're lacking, okay? And that's something that you can help them with. And I think that's an excellent niche to go down. And then and you can even narrow it further, okay? So I gave you the example of executives, CEOs that just haven't had time and are ready to start a relationship. Another one you can do is like maybe divorced dads. So they've already had their marriage, but now like they don't know how to get back on their feet. They forgot how to like talk to women or something. Like another example of how you can narrow it down, okay? And then just double check, okay, do I have skill set, passion here? Yes, cool. Well, now you want to talk to 5 to 10 people. If you could find them, this could be as simple as asking on your Instagram story, hey, do you know anyone who's X? And what is that? Who wants to lose weight? Who has been divorced? Who, you name it, wants to build a business? Or you might already know them, like they may be in your circle already. You may just be able to give them a phone call or message them on LinkedIn. And just ask a few executive CEOs, just out of curiosity, like, are you in a relationship? Or maybe not like that, they might take it wrong. But you get the point, like, I'm just doing a survey for my project, whatever, and just wanted to check with you. If you think other CEOs or people who have this problem. So that's how you can really validate, your niche. But that example I gave you, I think, is a really good one. Now, let's move on to other examples, okay? So, actually, my girlfriend, I was talking to her earlier today, and she said, like, oh, is skincare a good niche? and I told her this is one of the best niches because every female wants to look beautiful, young, pretty, attractive. Like, of course, it's a good niche. It's one of the most profitable niches out there. So if you're good at skincare, you could target, you can narrow it down. Okay, maybe it's younger women, so it could be in their 20s. Like I help young women in their 20s improve their skincare so that they don't look older when they, age. Or it could be the opposite side. I help older women retain and maintain their youth so that they can look younger, basically. So that's two examples for females, like two different sides. You're helping the young, you're helping the old, but you want to narrow down on one, okay? Another example could be, let's see, something for business, right? So we've covered like the relationships, the health side. Like when it comes to starting a business, you could be targeting, growth for small business owners. So business owners who are making less than $10,000 a month, okay? And you're helping the pain point to scale and grow. Or you might want to be focused on the bigger businesses that are already generating millions in revenue, and you're helping them basically run their ads and increase their conversion rates. So it's a different, you can see how you can narrow it down. But yeah, I just want to also cover the common mistakes that you should avoid when, picking your niche. Now, one of them is obviously going too broad. So you don't want to say, I help everyone lose weight, or I help everyone make money. It's just not, again, if you're trying to sell to everyone, you're like speaking to no one, okay? So the reason why you really need to get targeted is you need to have your ideal customer feel like they've been spoken to and that you are the solution to their pain point, right? Another one is a mistake is targeting people who don't have as much money. Like as I said, a broke college student is not going to be able to afford a 3 to 5K transformation package. It's just not in their budget or even realm of possibility. They're focused on one, studying, but also paying down the debt to come. And a third one, mistake, is not having passion. This is super important because if you're going to start this business, you're going to help people, you need to enjoy it. You need to see yourself doing it for years, because without the passion, you're just going to give up. Really, I remember watching an interview actually of Steve Jobs saying this. He said, like any sane person would just give up, So because there will be challenges, there will be things when it comes to launching a business. So you need that passion there to not only give you a competitive advantage, but also to stand the test of time. Okay, that's super, super important. And the fourth mistake is skipping the validation part, which is, not checking with your proposed niche or the niche that you think is going to do well, and not validating your offer, not validating your idea. Again, I said make sure you talk to people in your niche first before you go ahead and launch your offer. Anyway, guys, that's basically it. I hope that was helpful. If you do want help picking your niche and also launching your own high-ticket coaching offer, if you want to escape your 9 to 5 or build a business online and you feel like you need help, then I can definitely help you. I actually offer one-on-one coaching, and you can book a call with me in the description down below. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.